What is keyhole fiction? Keyhole fiction provides the reader with a brief view of largely unexplained characters, settings, and events. It's like looking through a keyhole. You can see part of the world on the other side, but not all of it. There are two simple standards that separate keyhole fiction from other forms of short stories. 1. Few to no explanations. Instead of directly telling the reader how things came to be or what it's all about, let the reader put pieces together themselves. You can even leave plenty of mystery for readers to invent their own explanations. 2. Minimalist world building. A keyhole story can be horror, science fiction, whatever. However, the story as a whole should essentially be creating a reality unlike our own, with as little foundation as you're comfortable with. Ideally, the narrator of your story shouldn't be impressed by the events of the story itself. Keeping a casual tone will make it seem more like this is just a view into somebody else's world. You wouldn't be astounded by the events of your own life, so neither should they. Now, of course, there are no rules in fiction. However, these guidelines might help you better understand what keyhole fiction as a term refers to. Here's a very short example of keyhole fiction. I walked into my reaffirmation room. The high-pitched, tinny voices complimented me. My body, my mind, my life choices. It was a good way to escape the constant pressure of the world office. What can we determine from that paragraph? First, this seems to be the future, or an alternate reality. There are apparently computerized walk-in rooms that are made specifically to boost your ego. What is the world office? It seems to be the opposite of the affirmation room, someplace where you are pressured, put down, and probably worked to exhaustion. World office seems to denote a single globalized workplace. Now, here's a very short example of something that isn't keyhole fiction. The World Office was a monolithic, generic corporate entity that took over the world in the year 2048. I started working there when I was 12 years old, since the World Office would regularly take children from their homes to begin work. The only time I wasn't being shouted at or ordered around was when I got to take my daily break in the affirmation room, a featureless, windowless box next to the restrooms, where an advanced AI would give positive comments about me. As you can see with the previous example, there is entirely too much detail for that to be a keyhole story. We've been given a background, an origin story, and other specific details. The reader isn't building the world in their head, because the author has already done that on the digital page. So I hope this has been informative. Keyhole fiction is something I really enjoy writing, and now that it has a name, I'm hoping others will see how much fun it can be as well.